Hi everyone, this is a video about food. I'm about to go downstairs and make some Roman noodles in a different way. My mother gave me this recipe and I hope you guys like it and try it. Alright, let's go make some Roman noodles. Then here's the Roman noodles. Get whatever flavor you like. I got the flavored chicken because I'm going to be using chicken breast in my Chinaman. But I used to break it up with my fist, but it hurts when you try to beat your fist against this plastic. So I got a meat tenderizer. I use that just to break it up and make it small into small pieces like you would get in the rice box, small pieces of rice. You want to get them as small as the rice would be. So it really gets it that tiny when you're breaking it up. Right now I'm sauteing the onions and the bell peppers. Getting it nice and cooked and tender. For some reason I don't like when the onions is not cooked. It makes it taste more onion, like real oniony. And when it's cooked and sauteed nice, it tastes much better. It's in my opinion. Next, you want to scramble your eggs. When I was mixing my eggs, all I put in was a little bit of pepper and salt. But if you like um, more than salt and pepper, then add what you like in there with garlic powder or whatever that makes your flavor unique for you. You can add it to your eggs, but I just like pepper and salt. So after you make the scrambled eggs, get them nice and tender the way you want it to be, then you remove them from the skillet. Alright, I have everything ready for the mixture of the Chinaman. I have the noodles smashed up as tiny as rice pieces. I have the chicken breast in the bowl. I have my green peppers and onions. I have my eggs. I have my bean sprouts. And then a soy sauce for later. Want to add some soy sauce if you like soy sauce. I have this is about 2 cups of water if you're making for a large family. If you're not making it a large amount, you only need about a cup of water. Then it's olive oil, virgin olive oil. You want to put in at the end, at the beginning of the skillet. I'll show you that once we start the mixture. So there's everything ready. All right, let's get the mixing. Now before we start, I had pre-cut open the noodle packs because once you pour the noodles in and start to get them coated with a brown coating, you kind of want to be quick about everything because you don't want any of your ingredients burning. And I also pre-cut open the packages, the salt packages that comes with the noodles, and put them in the bowl. And if you're worried about your salt intake, you don't want too much salt, then you don't have to use all the noodle packs. Like I'm not using all of the noodle packs. And then the olive oil, we're going to put the olive oil in the skillet now. If you're cooking for a big family, I use about 4 topfuls of olive oil into the skillet over here. You just put it in and let it warm up. But if you're just use like 1 or 2 people, about 1 or 2 capfuls of the olive oil will do the trick. And then once that heats up, you pour the noodles in. Now what we're doing is we're getting the noodles nice and brown from the olive oil from the bottom. You just keep just moving it around until you get a little nice brown coating. I don't know if anybody ever made rice aroni and you have to put in the butter and then let the rice brown before you add the water in. That's kind of like what you're doing here, but you're using virgin olive oil for it. So once it gets nice and brown, then we'll start adding everything we need to add. And it really goes by quickly, so you want to have everything right next to you. And you add the water first. So we're letting this brown, and then we're going to add the water and all the mixtures and ingredients to our Chinaman. Alright, once you get your noodles to a light coated brown, you want to make sure you reduce your heat down to medium, almost real slow cooking, because you're going to add the water. You see I have everything right here next to each other because it goes by quick. You add the water first. Whoop, a little steamy. Then you want to add your seasons in there. Give that a little stir. That's the season packs that it came with. And then you want to add your eggs. See, this meal is for about 7 people. I have a big family. 6 kids, 2 adults. Yeah, okay. That's 8 people. Then you're gonna add your onions and bell pepper. Throw that in. Chicken breast. Alright, and then you make sure you want to keep stirring it, making sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And that's why you want to have your burner low, because you don't want it sticking to the bottom. And then you don't want to put too much water in it and have it watery. It has to be just right. And then I put the bean sprouts in last because they tend to dissolve. You want to be able to taste your bean sprouts. See, it's looking good. And it doesn't cost too much to prepare this meal if you have a big family. It's not going to be too over budget or anything. See, it's looking real good. Then it's getting soft. See, it doesn't take that long for noodles to soften. And then when you break them up, it's even quicker. That's why you want to have everything right here by the stove. Then I'm going to put in the bean sprouts. Put those in. Make sure you're stirring to the bottom, making sure it doesn't stick. You don't want anything sticking. That's how you make sure it's not sticking. And you're making sure your temperature is right. That's how you know your temperature is right, if it's not sticking. Alright. We're about done. We're about ready to eat this. Once you have everything in here, it's only going to take about 2 to 3 more minutes before it's complete. And then, see, it's all done. We ready to serve and feed my family. And you can feed yours with this delicious meal. Let's get it all put in a bowl, ready to eat. And here is the finished product. It's very delicious, you all. You have to try this. I'm even gonna put some soy sauce on there.